I saw you PvPing me today. I think you should switch to sword and cart because they're the most effective. But I guess you could also use the spear because you were pretty good at the spear. So I think your mace skill is definitely lacking. But if you want to be a combat master, I guess I could teach you some mace if you want to.
Yeah, that would help a lot. I don't have an elytra, so it's like I'm like really nerfed. I mean, like if I could elytra mace, probably be a lot better. But I just don't have an elytra, so I guess if you could teach me some ground mace strategies, so I'm not like chungusing around while I'm trying to. Oh, okay, and I'm going. Yeah, so like that would help a lot. So
yeah. So okay, just follow me outside. Let's
so
start
you're leaving all your mace on the wall and everything.
Oh wait, I need the weapons.
All right, bet.
All right. Let's go.
If I can improve my maze skills, I'd be on track to actually be an unstable SMP combat master. So all I had to do was learn.
All right, so I'm gonna explain to you mace. So I don't know how good you are, so I'm gonna start from scratch. I'm gonna pretend you don't know anything about mace. Just see where the line is. So pretty much the mace is a weapon that is very different than any other weapon in the game. Like it's very different from the sword, it's very different from the axe. And it first got added in 1.21, and instead of doing a certain amount of damage like a sword does, so for example this sword does 8 attack damage, instead of doing that, the farther you fall, the more blocks you fall, the more damage the mace does. In order to trigger the mace attack, you have to fall at least 1.5 blocks. So there's a special animation I can show you. If you trigger the mace attack, it does this animation. Yeah. So you have to fall at least 1.5 blocks to do that. Yeah, so since you don't have an elytra, you'll be mostly on the ground, so I'll teach you some of the ground techniques. So the first thing is attribute swapping, which when you use it with breach, it's called breach swapping. So you use this to pretty much maximize your damage using the breach mace. So what you do is when you crit with the breach mace, it does 4 hearts of damage, but has an extremely long cooldown. It's like, I don't know how long it is exactly, but it seems like 2 seconds. It's really long. In order to reduce the cooldown, you want to start with your sword and swap to your breach mace at the last second. The very last second. And what this does is it applies the breach enchant, but it uses the sword cooldown and sword damage.
Yeah.
So yeah, try it on me.
Okay, I'm not gonna stream because.
Alright, so that's the breach swap. You can also attribute swap when you're falling down, like this.
Yeah.
And when you want to start with your sword, and then you want to switch to your mace last second. And what this does, it pretty much does the same thing as before. It does extra damage. So if I do it without the swapping, that did a good bit of damage, but not a lot. But if I do it with the swapping, it's gonna pop you. You see that? Yeah. So pretty much you want to be swapping every time you fall down. You want to have your sword fully charged and switch to the mace right before you hit in the same tick that you hit. So try that on me.
Okay. Our breach might not do as much, but
yeah. But I think you still got it off. You did like 8 hearts to me, so I think that was good. Okay. Next, since a lot of people have shields, I think something very important to learn is stun slamming, which is when you wind burst up as you're falling down. You want to disable their shield, and then use the mace so that you can go through their shield. So this is the stun slam.
Okay.
As you can see, I disabled your shield right there, right before I hit you. That's what you want to be. That's what you want to be doing if they're holding your shield up.
Okay. Are you want me to try?
Yeah, you should try it. Try it out.
Okay.
Oh wait. Yeah, nice. That was good. That was perfect.
Bro was ready to say not quite. Bro didn't gonna Dude, I know how to do that sometimes.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of people on Unstable SMP they use a lot of shields. So if you see them holding your shield up a lot to counter your mace, you can sort of do that to counter it.
Yeah. Breach swapping, density swapping, and stun slamming are all techniques I already had down. However, it's had some more advanced strategies.
Right, next up, let's move on to something called force grappling, which is when you throw a wind charge at your enemy at their feet to sort of make them fly up like this. You see I made you fly up there, and when they're in the air, you want to use an ender pearl to teleport to them while they're falling, and then you want to hit them with the mace.
Okay.
So I'll just show you really quickly what this looks like.
Oh, okay.
You see that?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, something that's really important is after you put on them, you want to switch to your sword.